guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to Hurricane Rosie. So today I felt like just filming this video because it's been on my mind for a couple of weeks now. My experience with psychics. And I kind of just felt like talking about it, so I'm gonna get a little bit personal on this. And I want to talk about my own experiences with psychics. Okay, so just before I get into it, I don't mean to say I don't believe in psychics as a whole. I do believe that there is some truth to it, mostly because I kind of feel like I do have some psychic abilities, and I don't mean like I see ghosts and stuff. I mean, I just kind of like predict things, and I sense things, and I dream about things and they come true, and I know that sounds nuts to someone who doesn't really believe in that kind of thing, and that's fine. But I don't believe in psychics in the sense that, you know, you can go to a corner store psychic and they'll talk to your passed away dead loved ones. And the reason why I don't believe in that anymore is because I reflect back many years ago when I used to go to psychics somewhat obsessively, and I just kind of think about the techniques that they used and how they were essentially exploiting somebody that, you know, had just lost somebody that they love, and just using either cold breathing techniques or really inaccurate astrology techniques. So back in 2011, I lost my dad, and that was a very hard time for me, as you can imagine. I turned to psychics as a way to cope, and yeah, it kind of got a bit out of hand, I suppose, because I spent at least nearly $2,000 in total of psychics trying to figure out how I'm supposed to deal with this pain and how I'm supposed to deal with him not being there anymore. So yeah, that was great. So the reason why I don't really believe in them anymore is because, as I said in the beginning of this video, I reflected back on the things that they were telling me, and I've done a lot of critical thinking in the last couple of years, in the last 2 years, and I realized that they were just pretty much using either cold reading techniques, and they were pretty much using astrology techniques as a way to pretend that they know me and pretend they understand who I am and what I'm feeling and my personality. So what they do, these psychics that are charging you money, is, from my experience, they thrive on body language, first of all. And secondly, they would always ask me for my birthday. The reason why that's important is because a lot of people do identify with their sun sign. They use your birthday as a technique. So they would always ask me for my sun sign, and my sun sign being a Scorpio, they would just tell me about my personality based on that. Like, I'm deeply emotional, I go through depressive phases, I have had a lot of trouble in my life, and stuff like that. And, you know, they just feed you that kind of information, and you believe it because, you know, like, first of all, people that are actually going to a psychic, they are kind of like vulnerable and depressed. That's a very generalized statement to make about somebody, so everyone is just not like, you'd be nodding your head at that. They use those kind of techniques. They use your birth chart, like they use your sun sign and they use cold reading techniques. And it was a hard reality for me to face, because I didn't want to believe them. Because obviously when you lose somebody, you don't want to believe that they're gone forever. And I still don't believe that my dad's gone forever. I feel like his soul is someplace. But all that these psychics do, they give you false hope. They feed off of your pain, and they exploit you. And then you just keep coming back because you think that they're real. But they're not real. The thing is, anybody who has these special gifts, they don't advertise it the way that these psychics and these mediums do. They exploit you. You reveal to them that you've lost somebody in your life and they're exploiting you, essentially. And secondly, they're using all of these techniques that anybody can use. Like, oh, I'm a Scorpio, so I'm deeply emotional. Oh, I'm a Capricorn. I've had a lot of trouble in my life, but I always overcome it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on corner store psychics. They're not the real deal. And I think that after taking so much time to explore the afterlife, and I believe something like reincarnation, I don't believe that somebody dies and then they're watching you again. I mean, they could be. I could be wrong, but that's just my personal belief now. I don't believe that they don't go anywhere. I don't know. The afterlife, it's just such a mysterious thing, and I just don't think that somebody that truly knows that on a psychic level, on a mediumship level, that has talked to the dead would be sitting around in a store asking people for money to say, yeah, your dad's still here, he's still around you. I just feel like that's such a small way of thinking. That's how my thought train has shifted, even though I will argue to the death that I am somewhat psychic. And I don't really care what people have to say about that, because I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's just part of who I am now. I sense things, I predict things, I dream about things that come true. It's very interesting, and I know that other people have that ability to them as well. I do believe in psychics, but I don't believe they're in some kind of a shop asking you to give them $50 so that you can talk to somebody that passed away. Leave me a comment letting me know what you think, and if this wasn't really your kind of video, then I have a whole bunch of other videos and more coming up. What is he doing? I have a couple of vlogs coming out. I'm going to be traveling to Melbourne in a couple of months, so yeah, subscribe. Peace, love, and harmony. Have a good day or night. Love you. Bye. My cat is on my camera, so oh my god, totally. Having fun there, bud? Trying to get my attention?